Hey, boys and girls, welcome back to Master Detective Archives, Rain Code. In the last episode, we learned the truth behind Vivia Twilight's loyalty and trust towards Yakou, and why he was so adamant on not solving the case behind Dr. Weska's death back in the main story, knowing Yuma would eventually find out the truth due to his connections with the Book of Death, trying to save him as he saved Vivia back when it was just the two of them, right before any other master detectives were able to make their way into Kanai Ward safely. So, with that being said, this is going to be the final episode of our story behind everything to do with Rain Code, being Yakou's story known as Thank You, My Detective, a final goodbye to quite a tragic character in our story who met his end early due to his overwhelming sadness towards the death of his wife and the incident that was behind it. So, with that being said, based on the description of the sub-story, it is going to go in more in depth into who his wife is, most likely, and what truly happened the day that it happened. So, honestly, I am very much looking forward to it, since, honestly, that is the last biggest secret in the story, other than Vivia's story, with why Vivia was so loyal to Yakou. So now we're going to be seeing what truly happened to Yakou when it happened. So here we go. A voice calls out to Yakou as he walks in the darkness. Sweet but somber, it reminds him of that day. And I think the day that this is very much possibly the day we went to the lab. It is very possible. So, honestly, here we go. Straight on in. The final DLC of Rain Code. And honestly, probably not the finale of this series as a whole, because, well, let's be honest here, how the game ended, it seems like there very well will be a second game at some point. And I'm very much looking forward to it, because I had a lot of fun. But, honestly, here we go.
Darling.
This was the last thing I was expecting. We're playing as dead Yakou. Right after we saw him. I'm pretty sure this is after this is after he walked off from Yuma. What? Okay, now this is crazy. This is the first DLC after the events, then. Or, well, at the end of the story. What? Can I go backwards? What happens if we do? Okay, we can't go there. Can I go inside the door here? No, I can't. Interesting. Very interesting. But it seems like he still has memories. So he's not completely lost. Like the other homunculuses.
Yes, I'm Yuma. Chief, you understand me?
Holy cow. Okay. This is crazy. This was not anything I ever expected. I did not expect to play as a homunculus. Like, I expected play as, like, Yakou, like, before the events. I was not expecting this. This is crazy. I have no words for this. But this is 100% after Yuma said goodbye. Huh. Oh. Wait a minute. The way he was acting right there, it looked like maybe that was after the weather machine got turned off too. I don't know, maybe. Just because of like how he was kind of like burning in the sunlight there. Because the sunlight's obviously going off right here. So Yuma's dealing with Makoto right now in the weather machine.
Oh, don't worry. I'm the ultimate master detective. I won't cause any trouble for you.
Yeah, sure. Oh. Good old Desuhiko. That's crazy, though. That's so crazy. Like, I did not see anything towards like this coming.
That depends on the payment.
It's all the DLC stories for the other ones. For everyone introing into Yakou. That's cool. Because Halara stole his chair, and depending on his payment, if she would get out of it. That's funny. So all of the stories in the DLCs add up into Yakou still somewhat being alive. And being the way that he was when we saw him.
Darling.
It looks like he's definitely following his wife's voice. 100%. Is this where she died, though? That's the one thing I'm curious about. Because we don't know exactly where she died.
Chief, please stay with us!
Okay, this one wasn't part of the DLC. Because the other two were. This one specifically when he was dying on the floor during the Dr. Weska case while he was dying after being stabbed by... Huh. That's crazy. Okay, then. After being stabbed by the serial killer with 100% accuracy. Or Hitman, but I think the slaughter artist, but... Okay. So, into the next one, then.
I got a bit lost.
And this one was from, obviously, the last DLC. Huh. Recanting old memories of his old detective pals that did everything for him. Well, what would be the next one, then?
We haven't grown up at all.
That's the lady. So we're finally getting to see a better look at her now. Diamonds for eyes. Interesting design. But that's his wife for sure. The one we didn't get to learn much about before. And more than likely will now. But into the next room to continue following her. It looks like we're definitely following the lights. There's a light over here. I'm gonna go over there and see what happens if I go into it. Never mind. But this must be her homunculus. No, maybe not.
I've been waiting for you, my darling.
Oh, long time no see. Jeez, he looks destroyed. His eyes, you can barely see them, but he looks like completely dead. He's literally a walking corpse, obviously, but still, though. Huh. But the thing is his wife never became a homunculus, because she died before that. But if she's coming to see his homunculus, then his life is still in there, then. Because she could have already said all this to the real one that died, to the homunculus back when that happened. but she's specifically coming to see the one that became a homunculus. It could have happened for both, honestly. But thank you, my detective. 5 years ago. Okay, here we go. This is where I thought we were going to start.
I'm sorry, but I quit.
Huh. Well, sorry there, Yakou. No extra detectives for you, bud.
Oh, wait. I promise I'll figure out some way to pay you by tomorrow.
Well, it looks like you definitely didn't find that way.
Please wait just another 2 days. No, a week. Wait for another week, please.
Sorry, Yakou. I don't think he's waiting.
Hey, it's not about the money.
Not about the money.
Take a look at this town. Everything's changed. Nobody wants detectives here.
That's not true in the end. We find that out for sure. But, that's only because of the Amaterasu Corporation and the Peacekeepers.
That's not true. The place has grown so big, it's just harder to see those in trouble.
True.
There are many people in need of our help.
And that is very much true as well.
Where are they then? We haven't had a single customer for a month.
Well, that is a problem.
If there's any trouble, just ask Amaterasu. They do everything, right?
Kind of. But the Peacekeepers don't do anything. And we know that. So, not really.
Why bother hiring a detective?
That is a good question, though, at that point, because although, yes, Amaterasu does do everything, why would you hire a detective? But there was people that did come and wanted a detective over Amaterasu by any means necessary, because they didn't trust him. Why would you?
But this is our town. If we don't protect it, who will?
Well, nobody. That's literally the truth.
Our town? How long will you keep dreaming? This place belongs to Amaterasu now.
True, but not true at the same time.
But we promised we'd protect this town together.
But protected from what? Let the Peacekeepers handle it. I hear that Amaterasu pays them pretty well. I'm hoping they'll interview me there soon.
You act like somebody that would become a peacekeeper, honestly.
Yakou, I feel bad saying this, but you should quit being a detective and find a proper job.
Nah, I think he chose the perfect job. You're just a quitter. Sorry there, bud.
What, you think this gig isn't proper?
Apparently so. He probably never even wanted to become a detective, this guy that's trying to tell him to not be one. It's just that, I guess, well, it's obviously some kind of insecurities or something like that, because there is a reason for detectives. He says they still get work, so he just doesn't believe in it. So he probably never wanted to become one in the first place, the colleague here.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, I think you're out of your mind.
Uh-huh, yeah, sure.
Listen, you leave me alone from here on out. I don't want you dragging me down when I try to join the Peacekeepers.
I don't think Yakou is going to come after you, buddy.
Hey!
Doesn't look like he really knew you. He might have known you for a little bit, but I don't think he knew you that well. If you were to just ditch him at the first moment you got, so... Huh.
I'm all alone now.
Yeah, sorry there, Yakou.
Hey there, Chief.
Who are you? This doesn't look good.
When are you gonna pay your rent?
Oh, landlords. Oh, this is probably why he got a submarine. Oh, I can see that coming.
Sorry, I'm gathering the money for that right now.
Huh.
You said that last week!
Oh, crap. Okay, well, this isn't good.
If you can't get me the money by today, I'll sell this place off to Amaterasu like I first planned.
Well, you can do so. Because, we already know what Yakou ended up doing. So, he obviously didn't need this place.
They'll pay a lot better than renting it out to you.
Probably true.
I understand. I'll do something about it today. Actually, could you wait until the end of the month?
Nope, they said today. You can't change it now, bud.
Not a chance.
Sorry there, Yakou. You kind of walked yourself into that punch, to be fair. They told you one day, they ain't giving you the rest of the month. At that point, if they're already punching you. I'm sorry there, bud, but you did definitely walk into that one. So this is definitely before his wife, too. For sure. Maybe. Well, technically partners, we should say. Who's that?
Are you with the Nocturnal Detective Agency?
Maybe.
Yes?
Why do you ask?
I'm looking for this person.
The lady that ends up becoming his partner. Okay.
I'll put a down payment of 100,000. If you find the target and bring her to me, it'll be 1 million.
1 million?
How about it?
Huh. Well, I doubt that we took the big payment. We probably didn't even take the 100 million, or 100,000 either. Honestly. But we definitely took the job then, I would guess.
$1 million?
That is quite a lot. But, I don't think it would be a good idea to bring her in. Just based on the fact that, she was an enemy of Amaterasu. And Amaterasu was the villain the entire time. So, definitely she was one of the good guys.
I'll do it. Please give me this job.
Although he doesn't know her yet, so obviously he took the job.
The woman currently works at a lab for Amaterasu Corporation.
Yep, she does. With Dr. Weska, as we know.
Amaterasu again. That's annoying.
Sorry there, Yakou. No way around that one.
Is there a problem? If so, I can find someone else.
No, he needs the job.
No, there's no problem. Yeah, screw Amaterasu, am I right?
I'm not sure if we should say that to this guy. We don't know who he is.
Wonderful. Contact me once you find that woman.
Who is he, then?
Understood.
Huh.
Just for my reference, what do you do with the gal once I find her?
Yo, what are you gonna do?
You'd be better off not getting too nosy.
Okay. Yeah, he was definitely gonna take her out. Huh.
$1 million covers 6 months worth of rent. Luck is back on my side.
It's only 6 months, dude. I don't think it's, really worth it at that point, based on how he kind of just said that. Huh.
I better start on the job right away.
Yeah, he definitely should. Since we know that it leads to something big. But honestly, crazy. Crazy. What I'm curious about, with the fact that we're playing as Yakou now, he's the only person in the group, well, other than, our friend at the end, but still, Yakou was the only detective in the agency that was around when the blank week happened. I'm kind of curious if they're going to show that as well. Because I would like to see the view of that from Yakou's eyes. But I'm not sure if they'll do it. It's very possible it could. Because I would kind of like to see kind of how that transpired a little bit. Just to see what it was like from like the eyes of like somebody living in or living in Kanai Ward. Even if it's like the end of the story for it, but still, it would be curious to find out about that. But yep, that's her. What you gonna do, Yakou? Looks like we're gonna talk.
Excuse me.
Hello there.
What nice weather we're having.
Yeah, what nice weather we're having indeed. No name yet, but I think we'll get one later for sure.
It's raining?
Oh, I like the rain.
Yeah, rain's not bad. Huh. Looks like he wasn't good at talking yet.
Fine, here's the truth.
You're actually going to tell her the truth?
I'm a detective. Someone hired me to search for you.
Well, at least he's being honest.
Got it.
Well, it doesn't look like she's too bothered by it. She understands, I think.
I think I know why. I probably know your client, too.
You do?
So, are you going to contact him? I'll go right now if you want.
Huh.
Wait!
Will you tell us more about him?
Damn it. What am I doing? I should have just called the client right away.
Probably not, honestly, buddy. I don't think that would have been a good idea.
Who is my client? He didn't seem like the usual sort.
Yeah, who is he?
I work as a detective because I want to protect the city. I can't work for him if he's a criminal or something.
Yeah, do you know anything about him?
Even if he's my client.
Which is a good idea, honestly, to know if he is a criminal. And that makes sense for Yakou not to want to work with them anyways. Just because that's the whole point he became a detective in the first place, even if he needs the money. He obviously has a good resolve as being a good person.
Are you laughing? Hey, I'm dead serious about my job.
Yeah, you have anything?
Sorry, I was just contemplating how your head must be full of rust.
Full of rust, you say?
I'll take that as a compliment.
I'm not sure if that is a compliment or not, honestly, buddy.
It wasn't one. Well, I suppose an antique has its own charms.
Oh, you think he's old-fashioned?
Antique?
Oh, you're not that old, Yakou. You're probably about the same age as she is.
Your client is from our lab's rival organization. He's probably a headhunter.
Oh. Okay, that's interesting. So, the overall world, the other lab. So, the other homunculus lab. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Okay.
It's not uncommon. I get offers like this all the time.
Really?
Some try more forceful methods, such as hiring a detective.
Well, we're the only detective here, so I don't know who else would have asked for a detective here.
Oh, because you're a researcher at Amaterasu.
True, yeah.
That's right. To be honest, it's not that great of a place. My boss is an ass, and my colleagues are all depressed.
Yeah, Dr. Huesca is definitely one of those, from what we could tell. And the other part makes sense, too. Huh.
When their own research doesn't go well, they yell and throw mugs at me.
Really? Jeez.
Just the other day. Anyway, if my research is successful, it'll open a whole new field in regenerative medicine.
Regenerative medicine, you say? So that's what she wanted to do with homunculus research. Interesting.
It's still ongoing, but so far, it can repair nerve cells by simply ingesting medication.
No, maybe she's working on something completely different then. But I'm pretty sure the homunculuses could do that too, though, technically.
Do you understand how incredible that is? Do you see?
I could definitely see it.
Yeah, I don't know about all this. Are you really supposed to tell me what you're researching?
It doesn't sound that bad. And it's kind of secret, yeah, but it seems like she wants to tell you.
Shouldn't that stuff be kept secret? I'd really love to avoid getting dragged into a weird mess.
Huh.
Oh no. Well, whatever. Just make sure you don't tell anyone else.
That is, yeah, true. As long as you don't tell anybody, you don't have to worry about it, Yakou.
You should be good at that if you're a detective, right?
True.
Of course.
Although he's kind of hard at keeping secrets, but he was able to keep this one, as we know, because he never talked about her.
Well, then, will you also keep quiet about where I am?
Well, I think he definitely will.
Yes, of course. Wait, hold on. You're asking me to lie to my client?
You probably should, buddy.
That's entirely different.
How so? You could just say you never found me.
True.
This is my job. It'd be one thing if he was a criminal or something, but a headhunter...
Well... The way he said it, it sounded like he was going to do something to her if we turned her in.
There's no reason for me to keep quiet. My livelihood is on the line. A million is on the line.
I don't think turning her in to him is a good idea either, buddy.
And I say I don't like it. Can't you respect my wishes?
Come on, Yakou. There's no reason to do so. Just take the like, she was at, like, some place. You don't even have to say the right place. You can still get your money, I guess. But, who knows?
I live in this town. You said you wanted to protect us. So why don't you start with protecting me?
That would be a good idea.
Well, hold on.
You said so yourself. You got a hero complex. You might as well do it, buddy.
I work for Amaterasu because I'm from this town.
True.
I wanted to stay here, so I chose to work for them. I don't want to go anywhere else.
Makes sense.
If you're from around here, then you should feel the same way.
True.
You were born here as well?
Apparently so.
Will you really sell me out for some cash? Or will you protect your fellow citizen, born in the same town?
You really should think about it, buddy, because what you're doing is technically selling out someone from somewhere where you're trying to protect for someone that doesn't even live here. Because he's obviously not from here, based on how he was talking. And with him being from a rival organization means that he's from the world government's organization or outside of Kanai Ward. So he's definitely not from here. Because we know outside of character, that's where he is, where he's from, obviously. But interesting, though.
Which part is your real work, Mr. Detective?
Good question. What do you got, Yakou?
I knew I shouldn't have spoken with her. After hearing all that, is there any possible way I could sell her out?
I don't think it's a good idea, bud.
Is that something a detective would do?
No.
Alright, I'll leave you be. But you said you're not happy at your current workplace, yeah?
She did say that. They throw mugs at her.
In that case, I think you should really consider his offer.
Well, maybe it could be good if she works for the world government, because the world government ended up not being bad in this universe. And Amaterasu was the bad guy, so she would be technically working for the good guys. But I'm not too sure about them, honestly, because they could still be bad guys in the second game. Who knows, honestly.
No matter what comes my way, I have no plans to change my mind. I love this town.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the plan, Yakou?
I also love this place. That's why I work as a detective.
It is true. Oh, off he goes.
Damn it! My million!
Oh. Oh, shit.
You're...
I found you.
Watch out! Get out of here now!
Okay, then.
That's not the sort of headhunting I'd imagined.
You bastard!
It was obvious he was saying
Way
that.
in this town. I'm the only detective Kanai Ward's got. You got that?
Jeez, okay. So the world government sent a assassin to take out her. Okay then. Huh. Yeah, that's definitely I guess that kind of confirms they're not good either. So, okay, interesting. And we still aren't sure about the WDO either, to be fair. But they're most likely still the good guys, no matter what ends up happening. Also, it looks like Yakou got beat up.
Last chance I'll have to enjoy the scenery.
Probably by his landlord, more than likely. Not by the other guy. Huh.
Ow.
Poor dude. Oh, her again.
I heard your detective agency was here.
Yep. Was is a very good way to say it.
Are you okay? You're hurt.
Yeah, he doesn't look too good, does he?
Do I look okay to you?
No.
I'm hurting all over thanks to you. I lost my pay, and now I'm being forced to cover the damages to that cafe.
Really?
All my friends are gone. I have nothing left.
Huh.
Well,
Well, what do you gotta say, miss?
I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you.
Why are you here? The client's long gone. I have no business with you.
Technically not, but she came here because she wanted to.
Why do you insist on being a detective? Even if you're doing it for the city's sake, aren't you getting tired of it?
Not really, I don't think so.
When I was a kid, I'd gather with all the neighborhood kids and play detective. I loved it. I made matching badges for my friends and we went around patrolling. I was so proud to wear it on my chest.
That's really cute. That's actually really cute. I didn't think of him doing something like that, but that's really, really nice to hear from Yakou, and it makes more sense why he became one in the first place. But we also know that she also strengthened his resolve as a detective too, from what we learned throughout the story.
I let it get to my head. I said our group of detectives would protect this town.
That would make sense for you to say that.
It's been decades. But I still can't bring myself to lie to my childhood friends. Kanai Ward is going through some major changes. All the more reason why we need detectives here.
That is true.
So, I've decided to continue being the only one.
Sadly, somber, lonely, way of doing things here. But, honestly, this place does need them. And we saw that firsthand, why they needed them here.
You haven't grown up at all.
Huh? How do you have that? And it's literally still the Nocturnal Detective Agency. That's what he named it back then, too. Huh.
That's...
Where'd you get that?
Thanks for protecting me earlier.
No problem.
You know, more people may be coming after me.
Really?
So I'd like to make you an offer, Mr. Detective. How would you like to work as my bodyguard?
Your bodyguard? Really? Really? By the way it was insinuated, it seemed like she was his, wife or girlfriend or something. Was it really just a bodyguard that he was? She says darling when we were walking over here. Huh.
I knew this day would come. Thank goodness for my research.
I wish they would give us her name at least. Because the Amaterasu researcher still doesn't answer our questions there.
This medicine can regenerate nerve cells. It's still in development, but I suppose I can leave a sample behind.
Huh?
It might be completed if someone takes over my research.
Wait. Are you saying Yakou can come back to life?
It may even regenerate zombified brain cells.
No way. Don't get my hopes up like that, please. It's in there. No way are we getting a happy ending.
protecting me. Thanks, my sweet detective. You've done well. If the medication doesn't help, maybe you'd feel better if you saw me again?
Come on, do it, Yakou. And he's crying. He remembers her. What is he gonna do? Does that confirm we'll see him again, then? That's crazy if that's the case. Back into the past, it looks like. I think. Yep. Interesting, though. So, she wasn't working on the homunculus 100% now. We know that for sure. That's interesting, though. Zombified brain cells can be regenerated with that medication. Thank you, my detective. And leaving his story on a vague what-if scenario if he will return in the future. That's crazy. And I don't think they would have shown that if there is no chance of him showing up later. So, very possible we could see Yakou, alive again, although the homunculus one. But still, though, that's crazy. That is crazy. I'm happy. I'm pretty happy with that being the end for him. Because he ended as a tragic character, but it looks like there's still hope for him. Even as a dead homunculus. And it seems like that research that she had prepared is possibly reversible on the subjects of homunculuses. So anyone that died throughout the story still technically could be brought back if Yakou did any kind of, research on it. Which we don't know about because he kept a lot of it secret. But if you're bodyguarding somebody, you might learn a thing or two. So maybe if he takes the medicine, he could technically make a cure for the other dead homunculuses that didn't deserve the death that they got throughout the story. So, obviously, basically pretty much just Chapter 2's ones, because Chapter 2's could have been completely avoided. But other than that, any victims that were part of the crimes, honestly, would also be able to be saved, right? So, that's a big what-if scenario for, the others, but I think it's a very good chance that Yakou is still alive in the future, in what could be another game, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be working on another, just because of how the game ended. So, with that being said, this game has been an amazing story. I had a lot of fun. I was not expecting this on what the DLC story for Yakou is going to end up being. I thought it was just going to be, we go in the past, we learn about his girlfriend, wife, / now we know that he was her bodyguard. I'm pretty sure he was still both. He was a bodyguard, detective, and as well as probably a wife or a girlfriend. Just because of what we learned about their relationship, and based on how she was acting towards him as a ghost. So, with that being said, what a crazy story. And a very, very, very fun adventure. With that being said, this is the end of Master Detective Archives Rain Code. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next game. Since, well, let's be honest here, with every end of a story, the next one just begins. So, although we're leaving a truly remarkable story, in my opinion. We have to go to the next one, and I'll give you guys an idea of what it is. We're going to be returning to Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope and completing all the DLCs for it. And honestly, after that, I'm not sure yet. But honestly, whatever we end up doing is going to be quite fun. So with that being said, I'll see you guys all in Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope and the DLCs for that. And honestly, I'm quite happy to see you guys join me on that adventure. So with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your days. Keep being spooky. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.